Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. Last night I went and watched Captain America Brave New World. I had two free tickets, and believe you me, I would not pay a cent for this movie. I didn't even want to go and watch it at all. I even tried to give away the two free tickets, but no one else wanted to watch it. And I wasn't going to watch it. And then my dad, who was going to see it with my younger brother, goes, Jay, can you please go and watch it with younger brother? I'm stuck at work. So I get stuck having to sit there and power through 1 hour and 58 minutes of total and utter garbage. But, ladies and gentlemen, I'm glad that I went because now I can actually pillar this movie into the ground because it is literally the worst Marvel movie I have ever seen. And that's saying something because there are some real doozies that have been out at the moment with Marvel. And the whole time I was sitting there watching this piece of garbage, I was going, what is the point of this movie? There was literally no point. The plot was just absolutely shocking. And the title, Brave New World, it wasn't a brave film. It didn't do anything new at all. In fact, it was pretty much the same rubbish, but worse than what we're used to seeing on a Marvel movie. Except they just did it just so much worse. And at the moment, ladies and gentlemen, I saw that the Rotten Tomatoes critic score is at 48%. So at the time that I screenshotted this, it was at 52%. But then I went and checked it again. It's 48%. I think it's like climbing down. And there's no audience score, but no one in our cinema was laughing. It was as if like everyone in the audience was going, huh? Why did I even pay money to watch this piece of garbage? Like, what's going on? It's a piece of actual dog shit. Believe you me. It is so bad. I was cringing the entire time. The storyline, I honestly, this is Marvel, right? I understand that it takes a lot to make a movie. This is Marvel. They've got millions of dollars to spend. And you'd think and you'd hope that they get the best of the best involved with making this movie. No, they didn't. Sam Wilson, you know, he ain't Captain America. So you went and watched a movie called Captain America Brave New World without Captain America. You had Sam Wilson, who's supposed to be the Falcon, that was given the shield. And then now he's just acting as if he's Captain America. He's called Captain America, but then he's like, there's a scene in the movie where they make it evidently clear that he's not Captain America. He's not Steve Rogers, which everyone wanted to see. And then they throw in Bucky Barnes for a split second. Spoiler alert, ladies and gentlemen. But then again, I don't really care if I spoil the movie for you all because I don't think anyone's going to actually go and bloody watch it because it's that bad. So don't mind me for spoiling this. But Bucky Barnes is in there for like 10 seconds, makes a laughable speech, and then Sam Wilson cracks a joke. And that was probably the best bit in the entire movie, the joke, because it was like a political joke. And if you're one with politics, you would understand the political joke. And that brings me to Ross. This tried its very best not to be a political movie. Said no one ever. This is a highly political movie. And, you know, Harrison Ford saying, and I think it was one of the expos, that his portrayal of Ross was, as the president, was indicative of a particular president-elect, meaning they tried to make Ross into Donald Trump, being an angry, divisive sort of guy. No one really liked him because of his past. And he's like, oh, I'm trying to change. I'm trying to be a better person. And then in the end, there's literally a scene with him in jail after he's turned into the Red Hulk and destroyed everything. And then, quick side note for you all, Sam Wilson, who is just a human being, fights the Red Hulk and wins somehow. So that's it. That's the end of the movie, right? You get like the whole movie is all over the place. Okay. you have this plot that doesn't make too much sense. Sam's trying to save his friend from being thrown in prison. The president knows that the guy is innocent, but keeps him there in the first place. Well, and then tells Sam, "Hey, I want the Avengers, but that's off the case because your friend tried to kill me." And then, it's shocking. And then you have this other scientist that Ross kept as a prisoner to try and keep Ross alive for a long period of time. And while doing that, the guy becomes an absolute genius because he gets exposed to gamma radiation. Funny story, the gamma radiation doesn't make him into a Hulk. It makes his brain explode to the point of he looks like a bloody zombie. And you're going, oh, that's interesting. That's weird. So he tries to seek revenge on Ross, tries to destroy Ross's legacy. That's literally the whole movie. A guy is spiteful towards Ross because Ross kept him away, used him, and then guess what? The guy turns Ross into the Red Hulk because he gave him these pills that were apparently gamma radiation, and then it just like explodes when Ross gets angry because he knows that Ross does get angry. And that's his stick. That's literally the whole movie, ladies and gentlemen. And then Everett Ross turns into the Red Hulk, and then all of a sudden just calms himself down after Anthony Mackie, the fake Captain America, has a nice battle with him. And they also make Japan, so there's supposed to be a adamantium deal on the table, and they make Japan out to be like the dumbest country in the entire movie. They make India and I think it was France to be smarter than Japan. And I was just looking at this going, you did what? Japan ain't dumb. And I guarantee you they wouldn't have acted the way they acted in the film. But hey, it's what the plot indicates, right? It's what the writers want. Going to make Japan, of all places, look silly in front of America. Like, what the hell? Anyway, moving on. So regarding the Trump thing, so after Everett Ross calms himself down, he ends up being thrown in prison, and he says that it's what's best for the country. So he moves on, but he's still a president somehow. That's what they're trying to do with trying to indicate that with Trump. Like, it's a peaceful transfer of power. It's what the country needed. It's what they needed to move on, ladies and gentlemen. Like, that's not a not a overshadowing of something that I've seen before, right? And again, they're just trying to preach at you. Like, the whole movie was just that. It was a huge disappointment, and I'm going, the whole movie was utter garbage. Nothing happened. There was no point in this movie, and they spent millions of dollars. You could tell that there was definite reshoots. And like I mentioned in the very beginning, the only good thing about this movie was that it was quick. It didn't feel like it dragged on for a long period of time. It felt like it was done and dusted like that. And I'm glad, because I was sitting there going, Jay, stay in your seat. Don't get up. Don't move. Just stay in your seat. It'll be okay. And I'm not the only one that seems to think that this movie is a pile of garbage. You got Screen Rant. You've got loads of other people that are, I guess you could call them critics. And they're all going after this film with a vengeance and saying it's a huge disappointment. What was even the point? It's not a brave new film. It's not going to expose anything at all, like in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And also, girl boss power. There's a scene in the movie where two people, Anthony Mackie and the other guy, who's like the fake Falcon, they have to battle these men, and there's about 4 or 5 of them, and they struggle. They almost lose. And then all of a sudden they go out in the corridor, and there's 4 or 5 more. But guess what, ladies and gentlemen? The former widow, a woman, she ends up defeating them really quickly. It was like instantaneous. And then Anthony Mackie and the fake Falcon are just standing there going, whoa, man. We almost got our asses handed to us, and yet she just took them out so quickly because you know what, ladies and gentlemen, women empowerment. How about that? Also, Anthony Mackie gets stabbed by Giancarlo Esposito's character, who's just there. There's a waste of him. And I'm going, okay, you've got this great actor in your film, but yet he's just wasted on literally nothing. He's in there for like 2 seconds and then that's it. Um, yeah, that's literally the film. It's a horrible film. It is a terrible film. So don't go and watch it. Save your money. And again, I'm glad that I got free tickets because, and I'm actually glad that I went and saw it because now I can actually make a credible review and say that it was what the hell. That's that sort of movie. Like, what the hell? Anyway, I'll wait to see what Critical Drinker and Nerdrotic have to say about it, but I guarantee you they're not going to like it. I guarantee you. Anyway, you guys take care. You be blessed, and I'll see you all in the next video.